How does a man's love work? How does a man choose his woman? Watch carefully and you will learn how to understand a man and even how to make him fall in love with you. Men are quite a mystery of nature. Sometimes it seems that they are really some aliens from another planet. It is unclear how and why they fall in love with a specific woman, what principles make them choose the one, and in the end, what do they want to get in a relationship? Do they even want a relationship? Like this video and let's figure out the rules by which a man loves, and is it possible to make a specific man fall in love with you if you know these rules? In general, if you believe glossy magazines and television, then to make a man fall in love with a girl, she needs to be beautiful, slim, and well-groomed. And to keep him in a relationship, she just needs to take care of him. But it's not all that simple and obvious, and I think you've made sure of that yourself. I often see beautiful women living alone for years. They are gorgeous, attractive, but they suffer from a lack of attention. Other girls, on the contrary, without any outstanding features, somehow attract men. I have witnessed that the husband of a caring wife, a wonderful hostess, and a sensitive woman has suddenly left her. And yet I know happy couples where the girl has never spent a minute by the stove and never ironed her men's shirt. Weird, isn't it? So how do men fall in love, and why do they choose ones and leave the others? Everything starts, of course, from the moment when a man sees a woman for the first time. And as a rule, he's attracted to a certain type of appearance. And as psychologists say, a man is attracted to this or that type of a woman based on his subconscious beliefs. As a rule, a man chooses he's subconsciously attracted to a woman who resembles his mother. That is why the entire variety of women in any case will be able to find a couple. No matter what kind of a woman, with small breasts, with big breasts, with narrow hips or wide, with long or short hair, slim, plump, funny and emotional, or quiet, every woman will find her man. As they say, every Jack has his Jill. If you used to think that you should become something, change your appearance so that man would pay attention to you, then do not bother, because men will love you for your unique physical appearance, which you already have from birth. Your task when it comes to your appearance to attract men is just to be well-groomed, healthy. These are the most important criteria. If we talk in terms of mind power, then of course a man is more interested in a woman who loves herself, who has acknowledged her own strengths, who accepts herself, and who proudly presents her personality, her talents, and her appearance. These are the women that men fall for most often. What happens next? After the first meeting, after a man realizes that he likes this woman's looks, that is, her facial features, her body features, they attract him. And then, of course, the hormonal mechanisms of attraction, sexuality are activated. The man feels that this is the woman he wants, he likes her. Then he makes contact with her and communication begins. And then he starts to get to know her as a person. A lot of women have a problem with how communication with a man begins. For example, in some books it is said that a relationship will be happy only if a man has made the first step and sought the attention of a woman himself, and the relationship is doomed to failure where the woman was the initiator of communication. In fact, I don't believe in all these rules. I'm sure each of you has come across one story or another in your life, and it has no influence on what happens to the couple next. So, communication with a man can start out differently for you. That is, if a man has already fallen in love with you, we are talking about this situation that a man likes you and he looks at you, then you can use two options here. Either to show your interest in him, start a conversation with him, and then you will show that not only you are of interest to him, but he is also interesting for you, if this is the case. Or you can just smile at him, wait until he comes up to you. Actually, I have a video on how to flirt with men on my channel. Be sure to check it out. Well, after you've already begun to communicate with the man during the first contact and during the first conversations, you start to feel it is probably can be felt at the energy level, and the man can feel it too. He feels that he likes you and he wants to keep communicating with you. How can you tell if he likes you? He wants to be around you, to talk, and it doesn't matter on what topics, maybe even on work topics. He wants to be in your circle. He is somehow interested in you. At this stage, a man starts to fall in love with you. He starts to feel that he has these light feelings for you, and his heart chakra starts to open up. You know, I have actually created a strategy that proves that a girl can make any man fall in love with her. And this is not magic, not witchcraft. This is a scientifically proven methodology that includes knowledge of psychology, neurobiology, and the laws of attraction. That is, by using this strategy, you can attract a specific man that you like, even if he doesn't notice you yet. By using it, you can get back your ex-lover. And no matter when exactly you broke up, was it yesterday or a year ago? Everything is possible if you use mind power correctly. If you want to know how it works, then come to my next free online masterclass. There I will tell you what you need to do. Hurry up to register. I will put the link in the upper right corner of the screen, and you can also find it in the video description. So let's continue the topic of how a man falls in love, how he loves, and how in general to make him fall in love with you. And after the man has realized that he's interested in you, more intimate communication starts. And the man starts to compare you with the ideal woman, with his idea of the ideal wife, the ideal woman that he wants to see next to him. In this period of time, the man starts to admire you. And it may be something about you, for example, some incredible kindness you have that he may fall for, or your way of communicating, or your story, the work you do, or the way you interact with the world. At this point, the man understands what it was that got him interested in you. And here I want to say right away, a lot of women make a huge mistake, which will be very costly in the future. It is during this period of time that women start to be sly, to pretend, to show themselves with qualities that they do not really have. Why do women do this? They just want to be liked. They just want to get more respect for themselves. They just want more attention from a man. But the problem is that a woman often has a misunderstanding of what a man wants and what he really falls in love with. A woman often doesn't understand at all what exactly a man fell in love with. Actually, it's a good question to ask him if you can actually do it. Why do you like me? Why are you in love with me? Why do you want to communicate with me? And he may tell you. And then enhance this. And what mistakes can a woman make? For example, there's already the notion that it is important for a man that a woman cooks, and she begins to cook and cook and cook. Everything is great, a man appreciates it, it is very important for him. He falls in love with her based on this principle, and then during the first 5 years together, the woman realizes that she's already so tired of cooking. She gives up cooking, she burns out, because it was originally not for her. And then what happens? The man is disappointed, he's unhappy because it turns out that he fell in love with the non-existent quality of the woman. And the woman is disappointed because she meant well, but it didn't work out and she tripped herself up. Also, you shouldn't love a man too much. For example, you may not be very sensitive, you may not feel much love for a man, but to show him your love, you agreed to every date, literally ran into his arms, loved, and then you moved in together, and you thought, well, that's it, you got him in love with you, he loves me so much, and now you cannot pay attention to him, you can refuse to have sex with him, you cannot agree to any romantic dates with him because you're not interested in that. You're quite a cold person in life. In fact, no matter what kind of a woman you are, it's good. You are who you are. And there will be a Jack for you. You see, There will be a man who will actually love you, not because you are sly and pretending and trying to force something out of yourself, but will love you for who you are because each of you has your own unique qualities that will attract a man. It is very important not to be sly but to show your true qualities. If you are naturally kind, be kind. If you are naturally closed, be closed. Maybe this is what will make a man fall in love with you. What happens next? How does a man understand that he loves you and he wants to be with you? As I said earlier, every man has an idea in his head of the way a woman should be. It is his archetype. And often this archetype is subconscious. Often a man doesn't understand why he likes these qualities of a woman. If you fit his archetype, your qualities fit, you fit, then he understands that he has found what he needs. And he's ready to settle for this option, that is you. And let me remind you once again, do not make the mistake of trying to adjust yourself to his archetype, because you cannot pretend all your life anyway, because you will make things worse for yourself, and sooner or later, the man will realize that you are not the one, and the relationship can fail. So it is better to wait for the man who will choose you according to his inner archetype, because I'm sure you will be happy with such a man. What happens next? When you are completely matched with the man and he is matched with you, you have also completely chosen him according to your archetype, according to your list of a perfect man. Then, provided that both of you are psychologically healthy, that is, you do not have any crazy hang-ups, a happy, long, mutual love awaits you. In general, it is normal for a person to love one person for life, and why not? If you are with the same qualities as before, you've never pretended, and you're only growing, you will be really loved by a person for life. And this is where many women have their negative beliefs. They think that men do not need love, or they think that men are fickle. Or even worse, there's this belief that both men and women have. It seems that to have love, you have to do something extraordinary. In fact, you just need to love the person next to you, be yourself, grow, change for the better, not for the worse. What you promise this person, either explicitly or implicitly from the beginning, when you first started dating, you should absolutely stick to it. That is, if you promise to love him, then love him. If you promise to have sex with him, then have sex with him, but do not refuse to have sex with him after a few years. If you promise that you would lead an active life, not sit at home, for example, you like to travel together before, then stop sitting in front of the TV. Be the one who you originally were. Give the man what you promised. And if you don't want to give what you originally promised, do not be surprised why you're not loved and he wants to leave you. And of course, for your relationship to grow stronger, it is very, very important for you to think the right thoughts. I always divide thoughts into 3 subpoints in this case. For any woman, it will be very relevant. The first subpoint, all your thoughts about yourself. It is about love for yourself, your self-esteem, because your man is your reflection, and he will perceive you the way you perceive yourself. If you suddenly begin to think badly of yourself with age and start to think that I'm ugly, then the man will also read it and reflect it back to you. That is, he will make remarks. You have grown old, you're ugly, you have gained weight. So high self-esteem, love for yourself, then you will see your man's love for you in the reflection. The second subpoint is thoughts about your man. If you were in love and thought well of your man at the beginning of the relationship, keep it that way. Often women make the mistake of starting to think badly about their man or having all sorts of negative thoughts about him. He's done something wrong, he's not the same, he's become the wrong person. And with mind power, she brings a man to this state where she no longer wants to be with the man. And he gets worse and worse and worse. That's how the law of attraction and mind power work. The third subpoint is thoughts about relationships in general. If you don't have any negative beliefs about relationships, you will be happy and everything will be great for you. To check your negative beliefs, just work on them. Watch my videos, do some techniques, work in general on this topic. It's all manageable, all of this can be changed, and you can become completely psychologically healthy. If it bothers you that you're mentally healthy and your man is not, let it not bother you, because only your mental health is important. I will explain why, because the man is your mirror. Perhaps you're now surprised that there is mind power, and with the help of mind power, you can somehow tune up a relationship with a man. Of course, you can do it. With the help of mind power, you can make a man fall in love with you initially. That is, you can adjust your thoughts and your energy for this. You can make a man want to be with you in the future. And with the help of mind power, you can make a man stay with you for the rest of his life, love you. That is, you should have the right thoughts about men, yourself, and relationships. How to do it in practice. Just for this purpose, I have a very cool tool for you. This is a step-by-step strategy that will help you attract a man, even if you haven't talked for a long time, even if he left you with a fight, said he didn't love you, even if he blocked your number and moved to another city. Distance doesn't matter. This technique always works. Apply it and your man will fall back in love with you, and he will start to call you, text, and ask you out. Hurry up to register for my free online masterclass. You will find the link here in the upper right corner of the screen and below the video. I'm waiting for you at the masterclass. Make sure to sign up, it's free, and I'll see you there.